Welcome back, guys. NFP was crazy this week. I hope you were on the right side of it. And if you weren't, you're still in the right place. We're going to find out what exactly happened during this week and how we prepare for the week to come. You ready? Let's go. All right, everyone, starting off on gold over here, and let's look to see where the week started. So Sunday was right around here. Okay, so now let's take a look. We're going to zoom out, top-down analysis as we should be doing, and we're going to take a look at how the market was shaping up throughout the week. Okay, so we were right around here with gold. So we had came off this impulsive move over here, and what I was anticipating to see was some type of a retest for the bounce back to the upside. Now we got way more than just a simple retest. However, although we did get such a deep drop in the beginning of the week during Powell's speech, look to see what happened on a structural level, right? Structurally, we did not break our lowest low. We did not break this low over here, right? We came all the way down here and made somewhat of a double bottom, but we did not break this low. Did not break this low at all. Now let's break it down to the lower time frame to see a couple of moves that could have been caught throughout the week. So going down to the 4 hour, again, we saw this major downside move. I did not trade until I saw opportunity, and as we started seeing the market settling down around this area of support, and as I started looking at the candlestick structure, and again, candlestick structure is very important. If you take a look at these candles over here, this candle as well as this candle, look how strong they are, look how full they are. They came with so much volume. But as you approach this level of support, you can see that the volume started wearing off and the wicks of the candles became even longer. And as we approached the level of support, we had a doji candle, all right? So from seeing this on somewhat of a higher time frame, if you break it down even more to even the 30-minute, there are opportunities that could have been caught and that I caught during this time. So if we take a look here, off of this area of support, what we're looking for is an area of resistance that can be broken, as well as some type of structure that represents what we're looking for a reversal. So over here, there was this area of resistance that I was looking at, and I was seeing if price would break this area of resistance. At the same time, the other part of things that I was looking at was the candlestick structure. So what were the candles doing? So we got an impulsive move to the upside. And in this impulsive move, if we zoom in a little higher, in that impulsive move, we broke this area of resistance. So this area of resistance was broken. So now I'm getting an indication and a bias towards the upside. What I want to do now is wait for some type of retest, right? So now we got a retest back to this area over here, and that's where my first opportunity was for the week. Entered a buy, and that was a straight shot with this candle over here. Very strong volume, very good move, 80 pips, and that was a great move. All right, so from there, if we move on ahead, so now we already have indication that we may be headed to the upside. So now we're looking to see if structure is going to maintain itself. Okay, so now what we're looking at over here is price came and made another retest. Okay, so notice what's going on. So the retest came this low. So this was the low, right? This was the low, or in other words, the new area of support. Now, if you extend this all the way across, look at what you see over here. So price never broke that low. Price stayed within that area of support. So all throughout this time, price maintained structure. And then when it broke out again, all right, when it broke out again, this small area of resistance, then that was another opportunity for a buy. I waited just a little longer. I might have even been in the gym at the time, and I wasn't paying attention to the charts. But once I saw the breakout of the next zone, I was very comfortable taking the trade, and this was the second win of the week. Okay, so this was another great win, and that led us to prepare for NFP. Okay, now with NFP coming up, and with such a big move to the downside. One of the things I told to members in my Signal group was to not be surprised if we recover all the way up this entire down move that happened during Powell's speech. Don't be surprised if we recover all the way up. And if we take a look to see what happened during NFP, so price consolidated a bit right before the speech. This was an area of resistance. This was also an area of support down here, was a flat type of consolidation. And once price broke out during the news, now this is where you want to be patient. Now, one thing I always say, and I've said before, and you can always refer back to my video on how you should trade news. When news happens, you don't want to take your trade on the initial release, okay? Funny things happen during news releases, whether it be NFP, whether it be inflation data, etc. Funny things will happen. The market will go one way before it actually settles to going the other way, okay? So after the market had settled and chosen a direction, I then saw an opportunity for the upside and was comfortable taking this trade up until this area of resistance. Was definitely enough profit for me, and that ended the week on a very, very strong note, okay? So very simple moves, not really complicated at all. It's just about the patience when it comes to these moves. The patience, as well as understanding where you are in the market, understanding how to do multiple time frame analysis, and understanding how to be trading news when news releases are going to happen, how to deal with that, how to keep your composure, and then how to execute. So now in the week to come, let's see what we can start looking for when it comes to gold. So we have broken this area of resistance over here. We are clearly above this area of resistance. So now what we're looking for, don't be so surprised if we get a retest. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down into this zone and retest to some area over here, okay? We had quite a bullish run. We know the market will never keep going straight up. At some point there will be a retest, and I would not be surprised if we got that retest at the start of the week, coming down to this area before we get the continuation back to the upside, okay? So now we want to watch and we want to see where gold can possibly go next. And one thing I had mentioned, if we get past not only this area of resistance over here, but also get past this area of resistance up here, then it definitely will look like we have a clear path to hit 2000 again, okay? So we are looking to see what can happen for gold. I do like the structure that I'm seeing. So if we do get a retest and it does respect this area over here, this may be an opportunity for somebody who's a swing trader, position trader, etc., to hold this for quite a ride, and that will definitely pay you out and grow your account. Okay, but that's what I'm seeing for gold. Of course, you can break this down to the lower time frame, but either way, I see the retest coming at some point, maybe getting to this area, settling there, and then we push up for the buy. All right, let's go to US 30 now. All right, for US 30, we had quite a drop to end the week. So we broke this area of resistance, but first let me go to the higher time frame so it's clearer to see. So we broke this area of support, I should say. We broke this major area of support and we got to our next area of support. So just from the daily alone, looking at where we are, if we break this area of support coming into next week, if we break this area of support, then in terms of the daily, the next area that we're actually seeing is over here. We won't be surprised if US 30 actually falls to this area over here, because this is the next technical area of support. Okay, so we're gonna watch to see what happens, but of course we're not gonna go straight down. We're gonna get retests along the way, and as well as if this area of support holds, because it's a very strong area of support, if it holds, then we can get a move back to the upside. So we need to see what's gonna happen based on what structure is giving us. Okay, so we're gonna see, let's see if we get some kind of a retest back up to this area to match this area of resistance. If it breaks this area of resistance and continues going further upside, then what we should be looking to see is what it does as it gets to this area over here. Okay, so if we get to this area over here, we want to keep on watching. If we get to this area over here, then we want to see if we're going to get a big drop back down to area of support, or if we're going to go for a bullish run. Now, this is all dependent on how structure is coming out, right? Structure will give you clues. They'll give you formations. There'll be patterns, etc. So from that and from understanding structure, you'll get a better idea on what direction price may be going. Okay, but that's what we want to watch out for. Again, if we break this area of support, then we have a long way to go down. Not a bad idea to hold this trade either. But if you are a scalper, intraday trader, definitely opportunity for you. We know US 30 pays out no matter what time frame you're on. So definitely want to watch out for that when it comes to US 30, guys. Lastly, let's go over UJ. So UJ had quite the drop as well. Let's go to the daily. Let's see where we're at. Okay. So this is where we're at. We got all the way up to this area of resistance. And this is the beautiful thing about the market. Structure, 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 right? We marked off this area of resistance and look where we got to throughout the week. We got to this area of resistance and then we got that drop over there. Of course, it was going to struggle in that area. So now what we want to see is if this area of support is going to hold. And if it does not hold, then we do have a way down to the next possible areas. Okay, this is going to be the first area that I could foresee, and we'll see it a little clearer on the lower time frames. And then this area over here, which was once an area of resistance, can turn into support, followed by the other area below it. Okay, so now let's go to the lower time frame to see how this looks. Okay, so now in the lower time frame, what we want to watch out for is, don't be surprised if we get a retest. Okay, we can get a retest over here, going up here to match this area of resistance, or even all the way up here to get to this area of resistance, maybe give us somewhat of a double top before we fall. Okay, or if the retest is shorter, if the retest is much shorter, then we should look to fall at least to this area. When you talk about a TP1 and then TP2, could be this area for those swing traders, TP3 as followed, right? If you're a scalper intraday, then there's definitely going to be opportunities, but you just want to draw areas of support and resistance, right? Little areas like this could be areas that you look out for in terms of what price would be doing, and finding opportunity within those areas. Okay, so scalpers intraday, look at this area over here. This was an area of support. See if we come back up to touch this area on a retest, and then let's see if we get some kind of a move or continuation to the downside. Okay, that's what we want to see with UJ. Touch up here and then possibly a drop back down here, or if it goes beyond that, then we're gonna analyze and see where we're going to head to, depending on the supports that we see further downside. Okay, so that's what we are looking at, guys, for gold, for US 30, for UJ. Plenty of opportunities. Again, like I say, every single week. You just have to be patient. Just need to make sure that you execute when you need to execute, and also be patient when you need to be patient. Not trading is not a bad thing. All right, when you're losing money, that's the worst that can happen. But if you're not making money or not losing money, then either way, it's still a win. As long as you're not losing money, you're doing something good. All right, so make sure that you are prepared in the week to come, guys. Make sure that you are going over your charts and marking up and doing all of these things. They help you to better yourself as a trader. And again, if there's any other pairs that you guys want me to mark up, please let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to do so. And let's just continue to keep the momentum going, guys. Let's have a strong week. Let's make some profits. Trade safe. Until next time, Jordan the Maestro, take care.